Senior politics reporter Ziyanda Ngcobo is at the EFF Women's Day rally. She actually is with the party's Treasurer General. A very good afternoon to you, Ziyanda. Let me just hand over to you.
Thank you so much, Kiorapet. The EFF has just concluded its virtual rally here at the Fourways Memorial Park, where they conducted their commemoration at the gravesite of Mama Winne Madikizela-Mandela, the party leader Julius Malema, basically using this platform as a form of a report back to Mama Winne Madikizela-Mandela, touching on the issues of gender-based violence that are still plaguing South Africa, touching on the issues of corruption when it comes to PPE in the country, as well as the fact that despite the EFF making a call during Mama Winnie's funeral in 2018 already that the Cape Town International Airport be changed to the Winne Madikizela-Mandela International Airport. But to talk me through this, of course, is Treasurer General Mpile Mauta. Thank you so much for your time. I suppose it's not often that political parties decide to have a rally at someone's gravesite.
Oh yes, EFF, we always bring about different things. So we are game changers. We are changing the traditional way of doing things. But we're also forced by COVID-19 to really look at ourselves and change the traditional way of doing things. So we came here to Mama Winnie because some of us were not there, obviously, in the leadership position during the passing of Mama Winnie. And early in the year, when we went to her house to request for permission to name our office and the school after her, and we were received by Mama Zinzi Mandela. So we've always been saying we need to go and officially announce it to Mama Winnie to inform her that we went to her home and we spoke to her children and they've given us the permission. So Mama Zinzi also left us, and all of us, we could not attend at the same time because of the number of people that are limited due to regulations. So we thought this is the appropriate time to come and salute the women that stood against the brutality and the murderous apartheid regime that fought hand by hand with the police when men were in exile. Mama Winnie was facing the ruthless regime head on. And we salute her, and we came here to take the spear and to say we will continue to fight. We reignited with the spirit of Mama Winnie. We re-energized, we reawakened by her spirit, her undying spirit, and we took the vow that we'll continue to fight for the women of the country during this, and it had to happen in this Women's Month.
Some would say, of course, that the EFF, of course, we know that your leader had a very close relationship with Mama Winnie, and you continue to display that. But she was, of course, a member of the ANC, and so was Mama Zinzi Mandela.
They were the leader of the society. They never defined themselves as only being acceptable to the ANC. You remember that even in Johannesburg municipality, when they passed the motion that they're going to rename the William Nicol into Mama Winne Madikizela-Mandela, it was led by the DA. And the DA went to Mama Winnie's home and they found her and they informed her, and she welcomed them, and she accepted that this motion was brought forward by the DA in support by the EFF, obviously. So Mama Winnie was the mother of the nation in the true sense of the word. If you go anywhere in the continent, they will tell you how much love they have for Mama Winnie, because she was not projecting herself as only an ANC. She knew her role, that her role is the mother of the nation, and therefore, as a mother, you embrace everyone. Even when you've got naughty kids, you don't say to me, these are naughty kids, therefore I divorce them. They remain your kids. She remained in the ANC because that is where her life, all her life was. But Mama Winnie, in her heart, she continued to fight even within the ANC and outside the ANC. So Mama Winnie is an icon for all of us.
Well, during his commemoration, your Commander-in-Chief spoke about various issues, of course, gender-based violence, corruption when it comes to PPE, as well as the fact that men themselves also need to take up the fight. What are some of the key things that the EFF will take from your CIC's address and go out there and implement as a matter of immediate effect?
So CIC also pronounced on the school, of course. We are busy with the project of the school. We are busy with the project of our office, which we have renamed after Mama Winne Mandela. You've heard the victims themselves telling us about their struggles, and you heard the CIC saying we as the EFF are going to take up their cases, the sterilization of women, the sex workers that today they still remain a criminal offense. a woman is a lawyer by profession, but she can't practice because she's got a criminal offense, and the offense is for her choosing to be a sex worker. The sex worker, the money that she got out of being a sex worker that took her to school, the money that still continues to feed her family. So those are some of the injustices of the system today. Those are some of the struggles that we are fighting today. We might no longer be fighting bullets and fight running away from the police, but the struggle for women really continues. And the CIC outlined a clear program of what the EFF will be doing. We'll take up the legislation in Parliament. We will then also engage our lawyers to fight the women. We've also been in contact with the doctors to see if what they can do medically. And also the report for the Commission for Gender Equality that is just sitting there gathering dust. We're going to start to fight for that, for those recommendations in that report to be implemented.
As a woman in the EFF, you're of course the Treasurer General. Do you believe that the party provides space for women to grow, and that there are no patriarchal cultures or practices that prevent women from actually succeeding, or if they do, that their voices are still heard?
The EFF is the only movement in the country and possibly in the continent that is really fighting for the rights of women. The EFF says we've got a zebra approach in all our deployments. In Parliament, in legislatures, in municipalities, when we deploy our fighters, we are very clear that it's 50% women. In all our structures, from the branch command team to the regional command team, provincial command team, the CCT itself, we are saying 50% women. We are sitting today with more female in the central command team, the highest decision-making body of the EFF, where we've got more females than males. We're even fortunate in our term, we've got 50-50 in the officials. Officials is not a constitutional structure, but it's just a CCT leadership. So,
but are these women heard once they're in these structures, once they're in these positions?
We are heard. We voiced. Today you've seen the program. It was run by women. Everyone who was on the program was women. This event on its own was organized by our national chair with our support and all the women. Today's program was purely women. So our women were heard. We voiced our frustrations. And in any case, we are more women than men. So even if we were to vote, we'll outnumber them.
So why not have a women's league?
Yeah, it's one of the resolutions from the second NPA that we need to start establishing the Women's Command. We call it the Women's Command. So we are in the process of establishing the Women's Command.
All right, well, there you have it. That's EFF Treasurer General Umphile Mautu, of course, speaking about a number of issues, speaking about herself as a woman in the EFF, saying that her voice is still heard. In fact, the Central Command team, which is, of course, the highest decision-making structure in between conferences, has more women than it does have men. And of course, reflecting on the speech given by Commander-in-Chief Julius Malema, reflecting on a series of issues, and of course during that program there were numerous women who shared their struggles, and the EFF says it plans to take these issues forward.